When the Kony 2012 video was released by Invisible Children in early March, it was met with both massive support and widespread criticism. Within 24 hours, the original video on YouTube had been viewed close to 35 million times, and millions had already pledged their support. The video created numerous false notions about the current strength and activity of the LRA, suggesting that they were a much stronger threat than they actually are. For those who have seen this video and done little to no additional research, an unrealistic impression was gained, specifically involving the effort to locate and prosecute Joseph Kony. In this video, we aim to identify and correct many of these ideas and provide new insights into the current hunt for the LRA.
I think that they should definitely put a lot of money into finding him, and they should have troops search for him, and save the children.
Who do you think should be involved in this effort primarily?
I think everyone should get involved, especially the U.S., because we have a lot of troops, and we can send them there to help find him before he gets more powerful.
I think the best way is to maybe talk to the soldiers that are involved in his movement and get them to turn against him and take him down, I guess.
I guess the best way to do that would be able to send in military forces to be able to find him, and once they do, to try him and hopefully put him in prison because of the way he's affected so many people.
The video oversimplified all of the problems. That was the problem I had with it, is that it made it seem like if Americans could just come in and save the Ugandan. Well, now that he's crossed from Uganda, he's gone into some different northern countries. So it's become more of an international thing, I suppose, because people oftentimes just think of Africa as almost like a country rather than a continent, as one place. But now that this is more of an international thing, there could be some maybe some UN peacekeeping intervention. I don't know. He's pretty slippery and really hard to catch, so I'm not sure exactly. I'm not exactly a military tactician, so I don't have any specific plans for you. I don't know, send in some forces.
I think the international community bears a responsibility to help catch Kony in coordination with the governments that are in the several countries he might be in. But I think we also need to keep in mind that there are probably other problems that have more cost-effective solutions, and if we can devote resources to those problems rather than catching a criminal who probably doesn't have much influence right now anyways, we should be doing that.
I think three institutions need to be relied on primarily, and that would be the governments of the nation states that are where he is. That would be in the Congo, in Uganda, surrounding countries. The African Union and the United Nations need to be, in my mind, the three primary agencies involved in locating him and bringing him to justice. I think the United States should primarily serve through the United Nations in their role in terms of locating Joseph Kony. Joseph Kony is at this point a fugitive from justice as far as the UN is concerned. So I think that any U.S. involvement should be as a result of their involvement with peacekeeping and policing operations through the United Nations. I don't believe the United States should take any unilateral action that without the consent of international organizations, I guess. To the extent which the UN is committed to locating him, I think that it's okay for the United States to provide military support. I think it's important that I think, as always, I think it's important that their mission is specific and clear in regards to locating Joseph Kony and bringing him to justice, and that any other motives for being involved in Central Africa are, as much as possible, removed from that mission.
I think the content was right. I mean, when you come to see the atrocities which Kony and his group committed, they were not appropriate. The only problem, though, is the issue of timing. This is it's kind of old. For several years now, I don't think Kony has committed any, has had any of the kids abducted, and I think he's not been active. I would say since 2008-7 there, I haven't heard of any incidents. So that makes the issue irrelevant. It's not appropriate right now. Well, in terms of the best way, I don't know how the best way could be. He's not active now. He's somewhere in the hiding. He's on the run. So one would question why you are targeting him now when you didn't target him then. You know, so it would kind of imply that you have other reasons why you would be going after him. That is not to condone the acts, the atrocities which he committed in the past. And I say this because there are issues right on the ground now which are affecting the kids and the community of Gulu and the northern Uganda in general, which would be appropriate to target and use those resources for. I mean, kids are undernourished, there is no food over there. There is a nodding disease over there where people go begin nodding. And I think people in that community now would be thinking, instead of going after Kony, it would be good to use those funds to try to work on their current disease. They think he's defeated, he has run away. But again, if somebody could, if he crosses his way to somebody, yeah, I mean, he should be brought to book.